Welcome to Buena Vista University's 3 on BV. Today's stories include how some students celebrated the First Amendment, who are the individuals behind the scenes, and the upsetting news that came to one BVU professor. Last week, a group of students celebrated the First Amendment with different events around campus, each focusing on a specific right guaranteed to American people. 14 students developed 9 events, all centered on the 5 freedoms stated in the First Amendment. The events took place May 4th through the 9th. The week was kicked off with a radio show discussing the freedom of religion and was followed by a live music event on the 5th, exploring freedom of speech in music. Juniors Cassie Forsyth and Annie Riva hosted the event that showcased many vocal talents here on campus. Along with the exploration of music, the freedom of speech in theater was also covered. Senior Hannah Anderson hosted the event Band Plays, which focused on several different plays that were very controversial at the time they came out. The week was filled with learning and teaching for the students and the audience members in attendance. Be sure to keep an eye out next year to see what the new legal and ethical class decides to educate the public more on our First Amendment rights. Throughout the year, BVU hosts several events from Founders Day and ACES events to graduation. But who are the people behind the scenes getting ready for every event? Well, I went behind the scenes as well to find out. As students, we attend concerts, ACES events, and BVU traditions and can expect a great show or performance. But who are the people that put on those events together? They are the people who show up hours before, stay hours after, and are standing in the shadow, making sure everything goes smoothly during the event. They are Event Technical Services.
Event Tech is responsible for working with our clients and making their visions and dreams for their events into a reality. We use microphones and lights and speakers and projectors to do that, but we're definitely a customer service organization.
Tutor, events technician Charlie Zeman, along with several work study students, work on average 170 events throughout the year, with about 2 to 3 events a week.
In terms of sheer numbers of events, obviously supporting like the campus conferencing program, especially during the summer. And that can be anywhere from a podium with a microphone and a PowerPoint all the way up to 3-screen presentations, full rock and roll bands sometimes. We have a pretty wide variety of what we do.
As the countdown to the end of the semester continues, ETS has one big event on their mind.
Oh, graduation's the next big one. We've actually already started building that over in the field house. We started talking about what it was going to take and what the expectations were back in March. And then we'll have a whole day, the day of graduation, that we've got crew here from, usually it's about 8 in the morning until 6 or 7 at night by the time we get it all struck down and put away.
For 3 on BV, I'm Chelsea Gertz. You can see ETS work diligently in the background at their last events for the spring semester on BVU's graduation day, Saturday, May 24th. Last fall, the Society of Collegiate Journalists planted a Liberty tree in celebration of Constitution Day. The group's hopes for the tree were cut short this week. Early this morning, news broke to SCJ faculty advisor Andrew France that someone had torn down the tree they had planted last fall. This news made Andrew think, who would do such a thing?
Well, I mean, it's terribly disappointing, isn't it? When I discovered it this morning, my first thought was, what would compel someone to take out a living thing like that for sport? And I know it happens all the time, but I guess I'm just never really going to fully understand that.
The tree planted was a goldfinch magnolia tree. When in full bloom, the tree would have been covered in beautiful yellow flowers. While we may never find out who tore down this gift, one question that will be asked is, did that individual achieve something from tearing down the tree?
I guess the greater question is, does the individual who took out this tree feel better about something now that they've destroyed the living thing? My guess is no. My guess is they probably gave it no second thought. But it's a huge disappointment, and it's a loss to the campus.
News of replanting of another tree has not been discussed, but be sure to look out next fall for signs of action from SCJ. From the University Cable Network, I'm Chelsea Gertz. Tune in to 3MBV in the fall for more stories from the campus of Buena Vista University.